Hey, what's up guys? This is Fox Frost. I'm doing a video for Black Ops 4. So I'm actually going to do a video on getting score streaks and how to use them properly and just some simple tips and tricks and whatever. I did a video like this for Black Ops 3, and actually one of the popular questions was how do you activate score streaks? So I will cover that in the video a little bit more ahead, but just to make it simple, you can press up and down on the directional pad and then hold triangle to activate. So but we'll get to that more in a minute. I'll actually show you firsthand because that's what the whole video is going to be on, is score streaks in general. But we're probably going to cut ahead here in just a minute. If you want to jump ahead to the gameplay footage so you can actually see what's going on, go for it. I'm just going to set my guy up real fast and just explain what I'm going to use and why. So if you want to watch that, go ahead, but otherwise go ahead and hop up maybe a minute or two. So I am actually going to jump forward with the Titan, just because I want easy kills. I want to make sure I can get good score streaks and get a good rhythm going. The Titan has a lot of rounds in it, 75 rounds without any extended mags, which I think I'm probably also going to add. In addition to the fact that honestly it's kind of an overpowered gun. Your movement's a little bit slower, the reload time sucks, but let's be honest, dude, 75 rounds lasts a long time. Especially since it only takes like 3 bullets a kill or something if you're hitting anywhere in the upper body, maybe 4 if you're 4 or 5 if you're lower body in the legs or something, and it shoots fast enough to where that's really not very many to have to hit with. If you add on the operator mod, which is the oppressor, that's also devastating to the person that's getting shot at because it really does throw you off. I've had that happen a number of times. So anyway, if you're struggling to get some streaks, if you're new to the game, my recommendations are start simple. Pick a gun that you like, that you're comfortable with, that you know, and don't be afraid to jump around a little bit. Don't jump in trying to get like a billion kills, because that's just not probably going to happen right out of the gate. It's, you know, everybody's got to find their own way, so don't feel too bad if you're one of the people struggling with it. A little piece of advice if you're just starting the game: dead silence. Very useful to use for the simple fact that enemies can't hear you, and if you read it, move quietly and resist detection from acoustic sensor. The acoustic sensor is this under gear right there. That acoustic sensor is crazy. Unless they nerf it, it is, in my opinion, I don't know if I'd call it overpowered, but it's extremely useful. It's very devastating to the enemy because you constantly can figure out where they are, which is obviously very beneficial. I'm going to run, normally I would do like a quick draw just for the simple fact that this gun isn't a fast shouldering gun, but since I'm playing against bots, I kind of already know where they're going to be going. I'm just going to use FMJ. We're going to be going on Nuketown. Another little simple piece of advice is if you hit options, go over here into the actual options under controls. Adjust your sensitivity to what you like. My advice is play with it a little bit. It starts you down here at 4 medium as the default. Maybe start there. Practice against, you can go against real people, but you can also go against bots to practice. There's no shame in that. Check it out. Get a feel for your game. Find out how you like your sensitivity. In my case, I like it to be on 7 for horizontal and 6 for vertical. I don't know why, but that seems to work really well unless I'm sniping. If I'm sniping, I kind of hop around a little bit. But there's also this: if you're having a hard time controlling your shot and you're just kind of overcorrecting a lot, adjust these. The ADS sensitivity, so when you're holding down, aiming down the sights, this is how sensitive it is. The higher you adjust it, the quicker your movement's going to be. The lower you adjust it, the more draggy and low paced your movement's going to be. High zoom sensitivity would be like on a sniper scope. And things of the sort, or 4 times. It actually says over there on the right hand side under high zoom sensitivity above the controller picture, 4 times zoom optics or sniper scopes. I like mine low. Now that is not everybody. That is entirely preferential. Some people like to jack theirs like way up. I mean, up in here legitimately. And you know what? If you can control that, seriously, more power to you, because you're actually better off for it. But if you can't control it and you're missing a lot because of it, then you're stupid. Like, it's not helping you any at all, or at least I shouldn't say you're stupid, but you haven't gotten to the point where you should be doing that yet. So, next thing is, since we're going to be going for score streaks, this would be my normal setup, which is why I want to show it. Since we're going for score streaks today, this is a little thing you can do to help yourself out. Use the ComSec device. Score streaks are earned at a discounted cost. That will lower things so that they're not as expensive. If you are new to the game, I've seen people do this where they come in, they automatically think, oh, these things are cool, I want all these. Like, that's really one of the worst things you can do, because if you're new to the game and you've never really played before, I don't mean to disrespect you, but you're probably never going to get these. That is a lot of kills. Attack chopper alone is, assuming you get nothing other than just kills for points, that's 13 consecutive kills with nothing else helping you. That's a lot of kills to get out of the gate. It may not sound like a lot, but it really is. Truthfully speaking, in a good multiplayer fight, if you're able to get 5 kills in a row without dying consistently, you're doing amazing. You really are. That's a great average. Even some of the professional players, if you watch them, like Scump from Optic, he's only averaging around 3 kills per life, give or take. Which tells you that that's just not realistic. If you're new, Dart and RCXD are very easy to earn. Like in this one, you only need 3.5 kills to get it. That's not very hard. But Dart's also, number one, you have to control it. It's player controlled, so you physically will throw the dart in the air and then you follow it around and then you like guide it to where you want it to go. It may or may not even get you a kill, and you sacrifice all the time with your character standing in the same place, which means your body could be killed and then any score streak you might have going. But also, it means that you miss out on potential kills that you could have been getting with your character, because a gunfight, you could get in 2-3 gunfights, and let's say you won them all, there's 3 kills from the time it took you to maybe get one with the dart. I personally don't like it. If you do, cool. RCXD, same exact concept as the dart. The difference is this is in the air, this is on the ground. This is much more sensitive. If it hits a wall or anything, it'll blow up on its own. This you can run into stuff with, and you can jump, and it has a booster, so it is a little more advantageous. You want to run those guys, it's all good. Here's what I recommend if you're new. The UAV, number one. You could either do the RCXD or the counter UAV. And finally, care package. The reason why I am recommending the care package is, again, if you are new, you're probably not going to be getting these higher streaks most of the time. Definitely possible. Honest to God, I hope you do. But let's be real for a minute. You're probably going to have to get to know the game a little bit, and you'll be lucky to be getting the UAVs half the time. So if you get the UAV, that'll show you where everybody is on the map. Get to know how to use that mini-map again if you're new. If you're not new, you already know that. But that'll help you, and it'll help points roll in, because you do get assistant points. So if your team gets kills while that's active, you get the points off of that, which helps you build towards your score streaks. Get the care package. I'll explain that in a sec. The counter UAV for the exact same reason as the UAV, and it also does help block. That way, if an enemy team member gets a UAV, you have the ability to kind of just cut that off. That way you're not screwed, so they don't know where you're at half the time, because if they find where you're at, they're going to come and end your score streak sooner, so it just helps you keep your score streak alive. The reason I recommend the care package is you literally can get anything. You could get a 10 darts in a row. You could also get a gunship. I will tell you firsthand, I have literally gotten everything on here out of a care package. There's nothing I haven't gotten, inclusive to a gunship. A lot of times you'll get a UAV or a dart, but about maybe 30% of the time, I get one of these higher score streaks. And here's how I look at it. What is there? 15 total score streaks you could potentially get. Well, 14, because you can't get another care package out of a care package. But 15 total score streaks. Only 3 of them are a lower cost than the care package, which means all the other ones are going to be advantageous. They're worth more points than the care package was. So if you get a strike team or a gunship or a thresher or a sniper nest, anything out of a care package, that was so much more of its worth. Like that's way better. It gives back a lot. So I recommend it. I almost recommend it anyway. The obvious downside is you got to throw the package, you got to sit there, you got to wait for it, which means you could die in the middle of it and the enemy team could get it. So the enemy team could potentially get your gunship. I did that to a guy. I felt bad for him. I felt great for me. I literally killed him as he was going to get it, ran over and got his gunship, and then proceeded to get like 20-some kills on Nuketown against their team. Anywho, we've talked a lot here, so let's get the game set up so we can get rolling. I'm going to go ahead and cut forward to the fight scene. So here we go, basically.
Let's go.
All right, guys, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and rock out that Titan. I did say I think we're going to be playing on Nuketown. I'm offline right now because my thing's loading the new update. But so we're going to go ahead and go on firing range. I don't know why I can't use Nuketown, but I can't. So whatever. Firing range it is. Smaller map, a little more chaotic, easier to get heavy kill volume on. That's always going to be true. The smaller the map, the easier kill volume is. It's also easier it is for your team or your enemy team to get kills. So, all right, let's go ahead and do this.
You're outside the wire. Get kinetic.
All right, should be a relatively easy start. If I can get accurate here. All right. So we need a few kills. I picked Crash. Your specialist does matter, by the way, who you decide to pick. This is what I'm talking about, this gun being overpowered. Like, you just wreck people. But I picked Crash because, again, right now I want points. I'm not so much going for lethality. There are a lot of other specialists you could use that are definitely going to get you more kills. But for the sake of it all right now, though, see, I've already got all 3 of my score streaks. Now I'm running 3 that I told you guys are good for beginners for the simple fact that this way you can see the way it would look. So I'm just going to throw that down. I'm just going to keep moving and try to get some more kills while that's working on it. Unlike other Call of Duty games, and most first-person shooter games actually for that matter, you can get... sorry, I'm trying to finish my thought there. You can get points off of just hitting enemy members. You don't even need to finish the kill, and you still get half the points for it. So, tag people. If you're hanging back, if you see a bunch of people gathering, like right down, just pop off a few shots like that. You don't have to even finish the fight. Let somebody else finish it for you if you think that's possible. Just even tagging them, as long as they don't heal, gives you the credit for the kill. As you can, well, you guys will maybe notice and see. One more. Oh, that was a good aim. So that's another way to get points. When you're going for score streaks, it's all about points. It's not necessarily about kills. Don't forget that. So use everything to your advantage. Don't let anything slide by. Any moment you see to get a couple extra points, try to take them. That can be inclusive to a lot of things. It could be destroying enemy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Sorry about that, guys. It could be inclusive to destroying enemy equipment, so realistically I should be carrying a launcher on me. I'm not in this case, but you could be carrying a launcher to destroy things like this, where there's barbed wire. You could just stand back and blow that up. You could, really anything that they drop down, you can get rid of. So, very helpful. I suck at, by the way, I'm playing against bots. I don't know that you haven't figured that out yet or not. This isn't real people. That's why they suck. Horribly. Because I would have been toast like so many times, especially the way I'm playing. I'm standing out in the middle and in the open, middle of nowhere. I've taken on like 3 or 4 people at a time. That's a good way to lose online really quickly, just in case you were curious. I should have ran Engineer instead of Scavenger. That'd be the one thing I'd change. So here we go. Sniper's Nest right there. Let's get that up in the air. Also, these are very easy to self-feed, meaning I've got UAV going, I've got a counter UAV going, now I've got a Sniper's Nest. These will basically fill themselves up between the things that I'm getting. Like you can see, look how fast I'm running through my streaks. So now I have a Mantis, look at that. Now, you'll see that the streaks I'm getting are filling up, oh, it's not available, are filling up on the right-hand side. It tells you how many points you need at the bottom of that little bitty thing there. Yes, I better refill that. I need 60 more points to get my next score streak. After that, you know, it'll keep on adding them in as they come. Come on, where you at, bro? There you are. Alright, so here we go. So see, now I can press up and down on the directional pad and go through them. It says triangle right next to them on the left. That tells you whichever one you're hovered over. Hold triangle down, you'll activate it. So that's what I was referring to earlier. I think I can use that yet. Alright, get back into this. Counter UAV. So I've still got that Sniper's Nest going, just wrecking up there for me, which is also why I cannot put down my Mantis. So you'll notice that a few things can't be used together. You cannot have a battle chopper, a Sniper's Nest, and a Mantis all active at the same time. That's just not something that the game allows. It just says airspace is crowded or full. So, oh, I'm not looking. Who's shooting at me? Oh, literally right in front of me. Yeah, you get a headshot for that. Ooh, dang. So, I'm not sure if you guys have any questions. Add them down at the bottom. I don't know if I said this already, but feel free to drop a like if you like the content. I always appreciate it. It shows me that you guys like what I'm doing and it's worth it to you. If you have questions, please ask. I'll do my absolute best to get them as quickly as I can, just to help you guys out. Any question, it could be related to this, could be related to something else. I don't really care. It's all good. In terms of other score streaks, I think I may do another video on, so we finished, what, 38-1 out of 75 kills. So not bad. I could easily have raised that up so you could have seen more and gotten more kills, but I wanted to make it simple and to the point. I will probably do more videos with different score streaks, just so you guys can see how some of the other ones might work together or play together, or what they look like. I recommend practicing them. Come into a game against bots, do like free-for-all, and turn up how many kills it takes to end the game, go into a team deathmatch, whatever. Just something so you can practice. Turn the bots down, low difficulty. It's not a test of how tough you are. Just go in and learn how to play the game. Get used to the mechanics. Get used to using the score streaks. Get a feel for what they look like, how consistent they are, because they're all very different. They all do very different things, and getting to know how they operate and also how to destroy them is extremely useful. That's a really hot piece of advice I could tell you is learn how to destroy all the score streaks. Like what's effective, the best positioning to get yourself in to do it. A launcher is obviously really good for the Hellion rocket launcher is really good for destroying score streaks, but knowing where to stand, how to play it so that you don't just keep getting killed over and over again while you're trying to get a lock onto it is very useful, and that could be a whole other subject in and of itself. But hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, please do hit the like button. Again, it means a lot to me. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, or if you just want to see some of the content that I'm putting out. I put out a lot of Call of Duty stuff, so hopefully you guys like that. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time, and Fox Frost out.